on, guys? This your boy John, the Liquidator, coming back with another video. So it looked like this Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders battle is definitely getting real for the veteran quarterback. Now, we all know Shedeur is like that. And if you guys don't believe he like that, you a bona fide hater. Now, this is some of the footage from today with Shedeur Sanders out there at minicamp. Now, Todd Monken is still kind of hesitant to announce who he's choosing to be his starting quarterback, which is crazy to me because when he first got hired and he made some comments, he made it sound that he wanted to make sure he had a quarterback by training camp. Now, the way it's looking, it don't look like he's going to have a quarterback by training camp. It look like your boy John Liquidator could possibly be right because I've been telling y'all, I don't believe they're going to get a starting quarterback until the start of the season, which means the first week leading up to the game, I can almost guarantee you that's when we going to find out who the starting quarterback is going to be. Well, a lot of things has went on in practice. We did a video about a couple hours ago, and we spoke about Deshaun Watson actually not making the right decisions. And many people were saying during the first press conference that Todd Monken held at the during OTAs, he was talking about the interceptions. Well, the interceptions, a lot of people was insinuating that he's talking about Deshaun Watson because Deshaun Watson is a veteran quarterback. He's been through this whole process before. Why you throwing picks, bruh? That is the whole topic of the hour right now. Now, why people is not addressing him throwing these damn interceptions is beyond me. But something that I'm going to be paying attention to moving forward is this right here, because this is the bread and butter. This is the QB tracker today. So this is how Shedeur Sanders ultimately did. He went 79 of 113 during the first week of OTA's minicamp. He had 5 touchdowns plus 3 interceptions. Deshaun Watson, 90 of 133, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, but Deshaun Watson really had 4. Count the one that I'm not letting up on that 4th one, bro. Dylan Gabriel, 19 of 32, 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. And Green, 1 for 1. Now, with that being said, Tony Grossi has been doing his own little media run, and he did his show today. Well, if you guys recall, Shedeur Sanders had some things to say to Tony Grossi about him possibly creating a negative narrative surrounding this battle. Well, this was Tony Grossi today on his show, and this is exactly what he had to say, man. Let's get it pulled up right now, listen to it, react to it, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on this Tony Grossi situation, because Tony looking like a deer in headlights, bro, right now.
Notice a little more emphasis today on quarterback runs.
Yes.
As it turned out, read options and some RPOs that resulted in runs. And later, after practice, Todd Monken mentioned that one of Deshaun Watson's strengths is running the ball when he's healthy, and he's proved this spring he's healthy. So I think when Watson is on the field, Monken wants to take advantage of that, and we saw more emphasis today, I think, than any practice on that.
Yeah, a lot of QB runs, a lot of zone read, like you mentioned, a lot of like in-motion zone read type stuff. Tony, I thought it was an overall crisp day for the quarterbacks. It was the rush wasn't, they weren't really bringing a rush, but the quarterbacks were still going against the back end, and I thought it was a crisp day for the guys.
Yeah, the continuation of passing camp, that's what this is.
Yeah.
And a lot. Despite the emphasis on the runs, there were a lot of pass attempts out there. It was good to see Dylan Gabriel get a little more reps later in practice. He had his first touchdown in team drills.
Yep.
On this Dylan Gabriel situation, Tony Grossi just had to squeeze in Dylan Gabriel. He made it his business to squeeze that in. Dylan, it's nice to see good old Dylan, boy.
11 on 11 to gauge Larva then.
Yep.
So he, that's the first we saw of it.
Yeah,
let's put it that way. It could have happened in OTAs.
Yeah.
I think the numbers show a pretty accurate day for the quarterbacks.
Yeah, QB Tracker's out on our socials. Let's go through the reps real quick. So Monken mentioned that they would be split reps. I believe Watson started with the ones, and then they rotated from there. I think Watson may have got one more series with the ones than Shedeur, but there was a lot of rotating all over the place. What did you make of that and how they kind of did the rep breakdown today? Because it was different from the first 2 days.
Yeah, it was, because the first day was Shedeur's day, second day was Watson's day, and today they split reps. I think we're going to see this format as training camp starts.
Okay.
Keep in mind the first, I think, 5 practices of training camp will be no pads, mandated by the CBA. So it'll be an extension of OTAs and minicamp. And both Monken and the quarterback coach, Pete Bajakian, who we were got some availability with today, says they have to have the pads on. It's not the quarterbacks they want to see with the pads, it's with the pass rush.
Yeah.
So defensive line will be a little more full speed, and that will determine where he goes with the quarterback competition.
Well, and then, yeah, Bajorkian even mentioned he expects it to kind of get wrapped up pretty.
He said he said his quote was, "It'll declare itself pretty quickly once they got the pads on." So I would imagine before that first preseason game, which concludes the the third week of training camp.
Yeah.
First preseason game is home against Chicago Bears. By then, at the very latest, I think we'll hear a depth chart at quarterback. Not an opening season starter, but a depth chart.
What do you? They're maintaining that they're going to keep rotating. How would you handicap it now going in? Because I guarantee, Tony, there's no way that they don't have at least some idea of something going into training camp.
I think overall, I think Watson started with the obvious lead. Shedeur closed the gap last week, and maybe the beginning of minicamp when we saw him out there. But I think that's where it is. It might be close. The coach says it's too close to call right now, and he wants to see see them both in pads. And I think, like Bajakian said, it'll declare itself pretty quickly at that point on.
Well, and it's that quote that kind of makes me think they have to. If they're thinking it's going to declare itself pretty quickly, that tells me that they have to have some sort of idea of how it's going to go, right?
Sure, and I think Watson has more experience throwing against pass rush. He's entering his 8th or 9th, 10th year.
Why the hell he throwing interceptions in OTAs and minicamp in 707 and 1111? Why is Deshaun Watson throwing picks? That's the questions we need answers to.
Sure. So we'll see if it goes that way. But I think camp would start with Watson still in the lead, but not out of reach.
I'm done. I'm done with this. Todd Monkey clearly said he don't know who he wants the damn quarterback to be. But as of right now, they're going to continue. Well, I still believe Deshaun Watson has to lead. When the QB tracker don't lie, Shedeur talent ain't lying. But these people getting on here lying. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this, man. Keep them Bills on. Till next time, dog. Shake the damn haters off. This is ridiculous.